Welcome to the newest installment of the Untitled Film Nerd Project. My name is Philip, and joining me as always is Teacher.
Hello.
We march on in the home stretch of the 5th annual 31 Days of Horror, where we watch a different horror movie every single night in October. We're on October 29th, and our movie was Into the Dark, Episode 1, The Body. Before we get into it, spoiler warning now! If you want to avoid spoilers, skip ahead to the time code you see on the screen. Let's get into cast and crew rundown. This was directed by Paul Davis. This is based on the short film of the same name written by Paul Davis and Paul Fisher. The cast, Wilkes was Tom Bateman, who I was like, I recognize you. The entire freaking movie. He was in the Vanity Fair TV show, but I recognized him from Murder on the Orient Express.
The new one?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. He was Book, Mr. Book, aka the owner of the train.
Ah.
Yeah. And upcoming, he has Death on the Nile. So apparently they're continuing the saga.
Awesome.
Yeah. Maggie was Rebecca Rittenhouse. She was in Handmaid's Tale and Unfriended Dark Web. Dorothy, who I didn't know that we knew, was Aurora Perrineau. She was in Gem and the Holograms. And we know her from Truth or Dare as Giselle.
Oh.
Yeah, I said the same thing. Alan was David Hull. We know him from the Dark Tapes. He was Josh in the segment Amanda's Revenge. Jack, aka Mr. Pornstash, was Ray Santiago. He was in Ash vs. Evil Dead as Pablo. We've seen him in Trash Fire as Sheldon. And he was in a couple episodes of Dexter as Javier.
Okay.
Couple more, why not? Officer Freer was Max Adler. A lot of people would know him from Glee as Karofsky. The voice on the phone, talking to Wilkes, was Alex Winter. Everyone would know him as Bill from Bill and Ted. And there was a cameo by John Landis as the man in the bathroom. He is a very famous writer-director. He's done Animal House, American Werewolf in London, Trading Places, the segment in The Twilight Zone, the movie, Spies Like Us, Three Amigos, Coming to America. The dude fucking owned the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
So, really good director. And that's all for cast and crew on my end, unless you have someone else to add.
No, I think that's it.
Cool. All right, let's get into our initial thoughts. What did you think?
I was actually pretty highly entertained by this.
Right on.
I loved the character of the hitman.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved the blonde. And I loved the dynamic that they had going on.
Right.
I mean, granted, the dynamic went to shit later on, but it also, that in itself took its natural course.
Right.
It's a very black comedy humor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I really dug that, and it was, it became mean-spirited when it needed to become mean-spirited.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, your thoughts?
I enjoyed it. It was pretty much like a long Tales from the Crypt.
Uh-huh. Well,
even the font in the beginning, it just felt like 90s Tales from the Crypt.
For me, it was like a long Tales from the Crypt, but better.
It was in ways, yes. I thought the character of the hitman was awesome. Tom Bateman did a great job.
Mm-hmm.
I called him Mr. Sexy Accent.
Mm-hmm.
The entire time. I wasn't feeling the blonde as much as you. I did kind of like their dynamic a little bit, but this movie was genuinely funny.
Mm-hmm.
I laughed out loud quite a few times.
Mm-hmm.
The dialogue was really well written. There were parts where it was like, eh. And you could tell this was a short movie dragged out into a full-length one.
Mm-hmm.
But it worked. The kills were amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That was the strong... Like, if the kills hadn't been as good as they were, I don't know if I would have liked it as much, but they were really well done.
Mm-hmm.
You have to suspend disbelief in this movie. You have to.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone around the hitman is a fucking moron. The bystanders are morons. The police are morons. The partygoers are morons. Everyone's a moron. That's clearly a dead body.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you stuffed it? I'm like, come on. I had to let it go. I'd have been bitching the whole movie about it.
Because eventually, I mean, it's got to start stinking.
And those were like human feet. Like,
yeah.
I mean, those weren't like doll feet or anything. So,
Mm-hmm.
But I'm getting ahead of myself as far as breakdowns. And overall, yeah, I watched it with a friend, and he doesn't like horror comedies usually, and he enjoyed it.
Awesome.
Like, it ended, and he's like, "Thank you for showing me that." I'm like, "Oh, you're welcome." Okay. I don't think I liked it as much as you did, but cool. But yeah, is it anything I ever need to watch again? No. But is it worth watching once? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Want to get into our breakdowns?
Yes.
Cool. What was your favorite scene?
Favorite scene is probably that one death scene in the mortuary.
Oh, it was so good. Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
damn.
Never saw anything like that.
And then that immediate death scene right after that was kind of humorous.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely got to be my top favorite scene.
I'll see if I can find a different one, because that was mine as well. Like, if I did favorite kill again, that'd be easily mine.
Mm-hmm.
I just like some of the interactions with the three doofuses who are trying to figure out what to do with the body.
Yes, like that, and that entire time that, it's like, well, how do we dispose of the body? And he goes through that long list.
Well, he recites the list and he's like reading off Wikipedia how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the little monologue that the hitman gave when they were in that panic room area.
Yes.
That was cool.
I was going along with her. It's like, I so want to make out with you right now.
That's what my friend was doing too. Like, I was like, you liked him like that, didn't you? He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right. Most favorite scene is the one that you said as well, the one with the formaldehyde thing, and they just stabs him in the head. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
And then shows him a mirror.
Yes. Oh, that was so good. But other moments, like you said, like I said, that monologue he said, just some of the dialogue was really witty, and so I can't really pinpoint where. It had decent writing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this might be the same thing, but what was your holy shit moment?
Holy shit moment. It's probably going to be the gouging out of the eyes.
Okay. That gets to you, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I can't even stand the idea of putting contacts in. So.
Oh, okay. Something else we watched where you said the same thing.
Ugh.
The Dark, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then there was just the when he tossed the knife at the one friend in the panic room.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of knew it was coming, but still, it just was so abrupt.
Mm-hmm.
What was yours?
Main one's got to be the mortuary death.
Mm-hmm.
Because the guy tried to attack him, he bit his finger off. Then put the formaldehyde thing in him. Then stabbed him in the head, showed him the mirror to look at himself. This is what death looks like, boy. And just like, oh my God, that's so awesome. Minor ones, though? Let me think. I guess him stabbing her is a minor one, just because I kind of saw it coming, and I was hoping it would happen. Because I really didn't like her as much as you did. But I was still kind of like, whoa, you did it. But there's a downside to that we can get into right now. What is your mediocre moment?
Mediocre moment is going to be some of the pacing.
Okay.
Which, again, is like, you brought it up that you could tell that this was a short, drawn out.
Mm-hmm.
But then for me, because I know it's going to be different for you, but for me, it was kind of when he stabbed her. But at the same time,
okay.
I also totally respect the reason why.
Right.
I mean, it's just one of those, well, I knew that was going to happen. But still, I was really kind of hoping that, she'd join him in killing the others.
And then his heart grew 3 sizes that day.
No, I mean, they could both be sociopaths together.
His heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Again, I respect their decision. And yeah. Yours?
I had a few.
Mm-hmm.
As I said earlier, overall, the body not being recognized as a body was very mediocre to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the beginning when the cops didn't see them as they were walking by carrying it. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. I'm inversely mediocre about her getting killed. Only because, not because I like their dynamic, but because he still could have utilized her talent.
Yes.
Wait until everyone else is dead, then you kill her.
Mm-hmm.
Kill everybody else, drop off the body, make your statement for your employer, then kill her, throw her down the fucking tube, and go on your way.
Mm-hmm.
Him killing her so soon I thought was really dumb. And a really stupid decision on his part, obviously. Like the one cop, he's like, stop! I'm like, you're the worst cop ever. They're clearly carrying a body. What the fuck? Or when the hitman's coming at him, he says, stop, I said stop. I'm like, you would shoot him.
Mm-hmm.
You and I just say stop 500 times. Annoying. The biggest mediocre thing for me, though, was her still being alive. I liked that he won. I was rooting for him the entire time. I wrote in my notes, is it wrong I'm rooting for Mr. Sexy Voice? Because I was rooting for him. Like, yes, win, kill everybody. You're awesome. And of course, she has to live. I'm like, what? Ugh, I didn't like it.
But, and again, like, I think I would have liked that ending more if she had, then spoken to the person on the other line of the phone.
I would have liked it less.
Oh, you think so?
Because why would someone that's hiring a contract killer all of a sudden hire a noob? He's been doing it for 10 years. Mm-hmm. He's a pro. She's not a pro.
Mm-hmm.
She's just like an Emma Roberts star in her eyes. Like, I can do this too. Nah, fuck off. Fuck off, Blondie. Just blah, whatever. That was the biggest media. I was so... It just... If it had ended with him winning, I would have been so much happier. But the movie just ended on a down note for me and really disappointed me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's name some. What is your LOL moment?
God, there were so many good ones. I think one of my top ones was so brief, but the Michael Landis cameo.
John Landis,
yeah. John Landis cameo. Where he goes into the bathroom and he sees the dude with the long-ass blade. It's like, I'll take the next bathroom.
He's like, nope. I need to pee. No, I don't.
There's that, and then there was just their entire arguing with each other when she was talking about the incendiaries that they use inside the hospital, and the one dude has this horrified look, and she's like, "What? You can't handle the horrors of real life,
it's like, no.
Monster Man?" It's like, no, that's the point.
Yeah.
And I know there's one I'm missing, but yeah, yours?
All right, the ones I'd written down in the beginning when the three friends are trying to get Mr. Sexy Voice to go to their party. And he's like, yeah, it's a costume party, and I know our costumes suck. And one guy talks, he's like, what are you? What, goggles? Your thing is goggles? Fucking lost it. I was like, okay, cool. I'm liking this so far. Made me laugh. I liked when Mr. Sexy Voice said, a drink order shouldn't have 25 words in it. Just the way he delivered it so dry and flat was great. I like the whole dollar bill on the wall that said, I suck dick for this, stay in school. That made me laugh. When Mr. says his name a lot was with Giselle, and he tries to kiss her. And she's like, what the fuck are you doing? Someone is trying to kill us. I was like, yes! If anyone I wanted to live, if there's anybody I wanted to live in this movie, it was her. Because she was awesome. Yeah, those are the only LOL ones I've written down, but I have other things in my notes, which we can get to now, if you would like.
Just one thing I meant to mention is that Mr. Sexy Voice might have been just as nihilistic as Thanos.
Oh yeah. He was yeah.
And I loved it.
Yeah, I was reading a couple reviews just to see what people thought, and 2 of them used the word nihilistic. So yeah, definitely a good call. Anything else you'd like to add?
Nope. Notes is fine.
All right, Philip's notes. And then, minor holy shit moment. The cheese with the maggots.
Ugh.
Oh.
Is that a real thing?
I think so.
I hope that's not a real thing. Because that's fucked up. But also, my mind immediately goes to think of the trial and error period.
Yeah, it's perfectly gross now.
I was like, how did you think of that? Were you just like stranded somewhere where the only thing you had was some rotten cheese and then you ate it and it's like, this is really good.
Yuck. Because I wrote, why would you eat that? I said it out loud and my friend looked at me and started like smiling because I was just like, why would you eat that? That's so gross.
You know that shit's French.
And then Mr. Sexy Voice says, the maggots are what make the experience wonderful. Fuck off. Go brush your teeth and come back and we'll make out. I liked when they were doing the Friday the 13th shots. Like part 1 shot, part 2 shot. When they got to Jason Takes Manhattan, the guy barfs. I wondered if that was subtext.
I think so.
Yeah, I wonder if that was just kind of the writer and director being like, yeah, I didn't like this one. I did like the line that Mr. Sexy Voice said, where he says, take me to your car now or I will kill you at your own party. Just the way he delivered it. Like, it's one of the things where I sound stupid saying it. And then the guy he said it to, I wrote, the dude's porn stash is unsettling.
Yeah.
Yuck. He just so happens to meet a romanticizing, murder-loving girl. Blah. I wrote, why did they steal the body? Just run. Fuck that. I'm gone.
Yeah.
I did like the little dynamic where they pulled the plastic off of the body. And the one person said, he's famous. Yeah. He's rich. Yeah. And beautiful. Yeah.
I also like the line where they're like, why couldn't he have killed somebody short like Elijah Wood?
Yeah. Kind of what you were kind of wanting to happen. I wrote, is she going to be the new killer?
Mm-hmm.
Or were they grooming her? Because that's where it looked like they were going. And then when wannabe Emma Roberts was in the bathroom, she's saying, he's smart, he's strong, he's employed, he can handle you. I was like, girl, you forgot Eddie's British with a fucking great accent.
Mm-hmm.
You're forgetting about the important shit. I was jealous of Porn Stash because, like, I want a machete. I'm not even joking. I want a fucking machete.
And I liked it when he's like, let me have this.
I liked Mr. Sexy Voice's whole little thing about his employer. Because he's like, do you know what the dark web is? She says, yeah. He says, there's light and there's dark. And he says, the man who pays me owns the dark. I was like, ooh. Mr. Sexy Voice has some great lines. I didn't write them all down. But some really good lines.
And monologues.
And then the wannabe Emma Roberts says, something to the extent of, so much happens, but so little is made to happen. I was like, yeah, good call. I like that. I loved when she asked, is it hard? When talking about killing people? Like, what's your first kill hard? Is killing hard? He's like, Maggie, none of it's hard. Ooh, double entendre. Maybe you'll be gay. That'd be awesome. Another mediocre thing for me. Dude walked awfully slow for having a time limit.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been, yeah. Just saying. And then when they were in the graveyard, I wrote, don't make out, you're on a time limit. Don't make out, you're on a time limit. Don't make out, you're on a time limit. Go. And then he kills her, and I wrote, you might need her, though.
And again, that would have been better for his time limit, too, if he'd let her live.
Mm-hmm. I wrote that Porn Stash hiding in the coffin was a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
That's all for my notes, then. Everything else I said. Anything else you would like to add?
Nope.
We'll go to final thoughts.
Final thoughts is good.
If you want a mindless horror comedy that is kind of in the vein of Tales from the Crypt, but better in ways, with good kills, I would recommend it.
Yeah, I'd say for the first episode of this entire endeavor that Blumhouse is trying, I think it's a good start. Yeah,
agreed. And while I didn't really care for the ending, it was a fun watch. It balanced horror and comedy really well. So yeah. All right, well, that takes care of final thoughts. But before we go, as it pertains to Into the Dark, episode 1, The Body, what did we learn?
I learned, despite how sexy Mr. British Sexy Voice might be, perhaps it's not a good idea to flirt too much with the killer.
Yeah, true. Especially a nihilistic one. As you said. He's not going to give a shit. He doesn't care about anything. I learned that apparently a 10-year contract killer can be outsmarted by goddamn stupid college kids. To quote Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. Goddamn stupid college kids. Yeah. So there we go. Well, that wraps up day 29. Thank you for listening. If you've seen episode 1 of this series, The Body, tell us what you thought of the movie in the comments below. And more specifically, what was your favorite kill? Or a line or moment that made you laugh out loud. If you like the video, please hit the like button, share it with your friends or cool people who might dig the Vizcast. And please subscribe to the channel, including hitting that notification bell to stay up to date on the newest content. Speaking of, for day 30, we'll be watching the movie Killer Kate. I know about this vaguely. This is another TJ find. And yeah, so we'll see what happens.
Awesome.
So until tomorrow, once again, my name is Philip.
And I'm TJ.
And we'll return then to talk about Killer Kate. Goodbye.
Bye.